Looks a little spooky, boys. Do you think we should do this?
Sometimes dead is better.
My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire.
How do we know she is alive?
Groovy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Good Times, Great Movies. We are an 80s movie podcast where every other week we watch a different movie from the 80s and then we talk about it. My name's Doug. I'm one of your two hosts. And with me, as always, wearing a flamethrower, as always,
like
it's
a backpack
Jamie Lorello.
flamethrower. Yeah, that's how you handle a flamethrower.
How are you supposed to carry around the propane? Gasoline? We're already off to a terrible start.
But yes, I would love to carry a flamethrower and right at the frat boys, all over it.
I have some, whether they're zombies or not. You're like, you guys are going down.
Pre or post zombie. Right?
I've heard some stories about this frat house and it's all bad news. You guys got to get toasted.
Toasted time. Well, and then yeah. Go ahead.
I don't understand. And I guess at the end, we're meant to believe that you cannot burn the slugs until they're out of the head.
And they have to come out from the middle of the head.
Well,
have to be.
I mean, they have to get out somehow. Middle of the head seems that's the scariest way to do it, I think.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
It is,
but it's maybe gets the most slugs for your. Like if
but
you decapitated or...
No, I just didn't understand why they kept having to shoot them in the heads to split open the heads to then flamethrow. I'm like, can't she just flamethrow everybody? Doesn't fire just kill everything?
That's what I thought. That's what I would think too. But I think you have to first release the slug. The only way to release the slug is by slicing someone's brains in two.
Okay.
And that's why they make a great team.
I guess.
Rusty. Is that Rusty from...
It is. He's only Rusty from European Vacation.
Right.
But
still, enough for half the movie. I'm like, why do I know this kid? With his voluptuous lips and his, he does not have a lisp, and his...
shock of red hair.
Oh, well. And not great acting, let's be honest. Well, not great at all. But
there's a lot of not great acting.
He was pretty good.
He was fun. He was definitely fun. Mm-hmm. I think he's probably the highlight of the piece, like performance-wise.
I see him go. Yep. Yeah. Although I don't know, the detective is pretty something.
Well, listen. First of all, Tom Atkins is great. He's in a much more serious movie than everybody else in this, which I really appreciate that he's
he was in the black and white movie. Right, he remembers the black and white movie that we start with.
He was in one of the two fake movies that we start with in this real movie.
Right. So he's got a little more skin in the game.
Right. When he's having a dream about him there, I'm like, so is he not aged? Has he just not aged in the past 30 years? Are we meant to believe? And we'll get into...
He drives around his same squad car.
Yes, right. A 30-plus-year-old squad car. It's amazing.
It's in great shape.
And we'll get into the movie in a second. But are we meant... Is he the cop that sees them making out?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
And he's the cop that she ditches him.
Well, right. Yes.
Yes. So
okay.
That's why there's the whole story about the girlfriend. That's so motivated when he sees her picture too in the fraternity framed, and he just goes crazy on all those frat guys.
Yeah. I think he was about to give up. He's like, well, I guess this is how I die, getting killed by a sorority girl who turned into a zombie real fast. These people turned into zombies. She was. This girl,
all the signals that she was the creepiest one in the house, right?
This girl has a relationship
with a cup of milk and the cat.
Yeah. She in this movie, she simply has a relationship with French doors. Like she's constantly interacting with French doors with a regular cat, a zombie cat, and then a zombie frat boy. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah. I do like how everybody else is partying and she's like, I just want to snuggle up and study.
She's got a good book. Yeah. She's got a nice robe, nice comfy bathrobe. Even I was like, that does look like a comfy robe.
It did look like the sorority girls from the 50s just left that for her. And she's like, oh, I I'll take this rope. It's mine now. All right. So, we are talking about, if you didn't, all the context clues we've been dropping,
Right.
we're talking about Night of the Creeps from 1986, written and directed by Fred Dekker.
Mr. Dekker.
We haven't come across Fred Dekker yet. The only time anything he's done has come up is he also directed The Monster Squad, which at some point we'll get to.
Okay.
Let's go through our cast just a little bit. It's a deep cast, but not much that we have really run into. All I mean is there's people in this movie. That's what I mean by a deep cast.
I was like, well.
So it stars Tom Atkins. We saw him in Escape from New York and Creepshow. Jason Lively, brother of Robin Lively, is Rusty. Not in this, but he's Rusty in European Vacation, as we said. Jill Whitlow is Cynthia. Haven't seen her yet, but just a teaser for people, we will see her in a few more episodes.
Oh, she'll be back.
Steve Marshall is JC. Haven't seen him in anything. And the only other person that we've seen in stuff that I took any note of.
Did the slugs really get him? Is that why we hadn't seen him in anything or anything else? Because I've never seen him in anything else. But he has that spark of like, oh, he could be a new funny, like I don't know. I thought he was very funny, and he provided the comic relief necessary. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else, though.
When I say he hasn't, when I say he hasn't been in anything else, I do not mean the actor died. Yes, okay. I just mean we have not run across him in our adventures through 80s movies yet.
Got it.
The only other person worth mentioning is the scientist, David Paymer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Recognized him.
Character actor. We've seen him in stuff on this podcast. We've seen him in the TV movie This House Possessed.
Oh.
He was also in Perfect, and he also played a scientist in Howard the Duck.
He's got a good lab coat look.
He really, like a dork. Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of dorks. They should have just called this movie like Dorks and Sorority Girls, maybe.
Night of the Creepers, because I guess the slugs are the creeps.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess. Okay. I don't know. What else
are the dudes the creeps? When I first heard of the movie, I didn't look at any kind of. I thought that they meant creeps, like the dudes are creeps.
Like a fraternity is full of a bunch of creeps.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a different kind of horror movie, but you know what? It plays out nightly across the United States, I believe.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh. So this is a movie that I have seen multiple times, and I always forget how it opens because
what a weird what a weird opening. Right away you're like, oh, this is the 80s. Feels like a student.
Is that what you were thinking? Yeah, I was gonna say this does not feel like the 80s. It feels like something that was just done, as you said, for no budget. It's like
there's a scroll thing that happens, and then it's an interesting way they get the scroll because they're scrolling up to all the, giving us the names over this weird sort of, I guess, scary graphics. I don't know if you would call them scary.
Was that a baby? Was that a baby voice? Because it wasn't. The R was a W there. So
scary graphics. Anyway, then all of a sudden. And it's slowly spelling out the word creeps, right? While it's scrolling, and then finally it's Night of Creeps.
It's great. It's a great. We've talked in this podcast about how sometimes, for whatever reason in this decade, people decided that like neon purple, thin script that you can't read is a great thing to put on like a cityscape. You can read this, and it's really great. Like it's sort of a fun idea, a way to introduce the title of your film. It's really nice. I enjoy it. The crazy part is we're watching naked aliens.
Yeah, they're naked.
Okay, but like their heads are really big and their bodies look tiny.
Yeah, they look like little munchkin aliens or something, right? Little dwarf aliens, maybe.
And this is the part I forget. Every time I watch this movie, I forget that this is how this opens, because it doesn't
It
necessarily
really
mean
just
anything.
bookends, and it just really bookends the
But
movie.
it's so unnecessary.
So we start where you're like, oh, so it's an alien thing. Because now we get a whole thing of these weird, fleshy, odd-shaped aliens walking through this underground. I don't even know what it is.
Well, no, it's
Layer?
not underground. They're in a spaceship.
They're in their spaceship.
Right.
Okay.
But there's like, spaceship tunnels.
Spaceship tunnels. That's what it is. Tunnels. Yeah.
That's what it is.
And they have a whole other language that they speak to each other.
Oh my God, there's subtitles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because they speak to each other and they put the subtitle up, which is just like lines and slashes, which, okay, that's kind of funny. And then the subtitles, but I never catch what they say. I never really care what they're saying. It's just a means to get this tube. Also, are these aliens the one that shoot this tube out?
That release the things, yeah.
Is it a mistake? Because they're running around with guns shooting. So I don't know if they're invading a ship. I don't know if they're protecting their ship from invaders. I don't know if they release this. I don't know if this is trying to escape these aliens.
I don't know that anybody does. I don't know. I think they were just like, and you know what? Aliens. Slugs, sororities, they cover the boobs. They cover that. We'll have a handicapped guy. We'll have.
I was going to say they do not cover the boobs, Jamie. They don't.
No,
they're
I'm
out,
saying
they're
they
out
cover
and about.
the fact
I know.
I'm saying they cover it like they got that covered, not covered.
This is a movie, and I know we've just barely gotten into it. This is a really great. I understand that there's some boobies in this movie. This is a great kids horror movie. If it wasn't for that, because nothing's too gross, nothing's too scary. It's kind of whimsical, it's kind of fun and funny.
Yeah.
It's nothing that's going to scare kids too much. Right. I would think parents out there, if you cover your kids' eyes during the shower scenes or any sort of changing scenes, I think you could show a kid this. I think they'll love it.
Yeah. They'll love it, I tell you.
Kids are going to love it. Put that quote on the VHS
Night
box.
Of the creepers. Kids
it's
love it.
Creeps. It's not creepers.
I like to call them creepers.
Because they creep. They don't even creep. These things are lightning fast.
They really are. They're very quick. And they are when they shoot out of the one guy's mouth, it's like a deposit of a coin into his mouth. Oh my God.
Every time they shoot in somebody's mouth, it's literally just like the film in reverse of it flying out of their mouth. And it always, they're always so surprised by the fact that this happened. Yeah. And it also looks like they're eating poop, which is funny. Again, kids would love this.
Yeah. Kids, it's a kid approved.
So the aliens are doing something, and a tube, some sort of glass tube or something, shoots out of the spaceship and flies through space. So
in the first 3 minutes of the movie, you're like, oh, okay, so it's an alien kind of thing. And then we go from that to 1959, and we're in a black and white movie.
That's right. Yes.
We're done with the aliens.
Yeah, we're on to our second of 3 movies. And this is only an hour and a half long.
Right. And then here we are. We're at at Sorority Row, 1959, I believe.
That's right.
There's a bunch of sorority girls in a sorority house, a guy throwing up rocks to the window looking for his date, one would imagine, right? And I guess, that's the thing. You go up to the hill to make out, right? You take your lady up to the hill to make out.
I mean, that's what these movies taught me. I mean, my experience is not this. Where
would there be a hill around here? Where would you go? Around? I'm trying to think. Was there a makeout point?
You're asking me?
School?
Where?
Well, because now
first of all, Jamie, if there was a makeout point, I was unaware of it. Nobody told me about it. No girls were like, "Hey, Doug, I gotta let you in on this secret." It's not like I was gonna go there by myself. What are you talking about? Just what am I doing? Peeping in cars or something? Oh, I'm hugging myself. Okay, yeah, that is kind of funny. Yes. Actually, if I knew of one, I may have done that. That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah, would have been fun. Anyway, the
but
makeout point.
But they're at makeout point, but they're not making out. They're in like it's a convertible. The top's not even up. Makeout might be in the cards. I do find it funny later when he leaves the car and walks off and she's getting scared and she says, "Come on, I'll even let you." I think she says, "Fondle my dress," which I thought was great.
She does say fondle.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're there very early before this guy throws little pebbles at her window. She's talking to her sorority sisters and telling them about how she recently dumped some dude who was a cop. Yes.
Yeah, her cop boyfriend has been dumped and now she's going out with this other cutie patootie. Also, is it on the cop somehow on the news, or we're hearing some news about an insane asylum and somebody escaping from the insane asylum being on the loose, and for the public to be watchful. But these are young kids not listening to the news, getting on with I think it's literally playing in the car when they're out looking at the stars. It's playing
all over the place. It's playing in the sorority house. It's playing on the radio when they're at makeout point. Constant updates too. They interrupt songs to be like, "Hey, guess what? We still haven't found this guy yet. Just let everybody know."
Still out there. Still out there. He's actually on Route 60. That is funny when they're like on Route 66 by whatever university, and she looks up and there's like the Route 66 sign and the sign for the university, and she was like,
I do think she just had to remind herself. She's like, "Oh my God, that is where I am actually right now." Yeah. Well, so
she's at makeout point. All of these red flags are coming up, like crazy guy on the loose, and then a cop comes to kind of break up the makeout sesh and to warn them there's a lunatic on the loose. Did you guys not hear? And the cop turns out to be her boyfriend.
Yep.
And things get awkward quick.
Yes.
Right. Things get awkward real quick. But
things get awkward for the both of them. But I like how when the cop leaves, the college guy's in the car. He's like, "Do you know him? You know that guy?" Like it is kind of very obvious as to what's happening, except for this dum-dum.
Yeah. Well, he might get to touch a dress soon. So.
You're right. Yeah. Fondle a dress.
Well, they watch. They kind of don't listen and leave. Leave makeout point, but they do watch this what looks like a meteor or something fall from the sky. First they're looking up at the stars and then something falls from the sky. And this dude wants to chase it down. He wants to investigate, figure out what it is.
No, thanks. No, not at all. Not me. Listen, if I am lucky enough to get a girl up to makeout point, I'll fondle. I'm all about fondling a dress. I do not care. I don't care that there's a meteorite. I'm also. We saw. We talked about Tom Atkins in Creepshow. I saw what happened to Stephen King in Creepshow when he touched that thing and then he was suddenly overgrown with green fur or whatever. No, I'm not going on some scavenger hunt. Yes. Mm-hmm. But he's into it, and he doesn't even let her go with him. He's like,
he makes her sit in the car.
Yeah, you wait here in the car. Did I just hear something about a homicidal maniac on the loose with an axe? You wait here in this convertible.
You'll be all right. Just shout for me if you need anything, all right?
Yes.
He does find something. He finds this, I don't even know how to describe what it is.
Like a capsule, like a glass capsule. But the glass is broken, and this is the first of our reverse shots of poop going into somebody's mouth. He looks very scared, very surprised that a giant slug has jumped down his throat.
She, on the other hand, is in the car, first just getting nervous that he's not returning and wanting him to come back, but then hearing the news of this guy on the loose, and she's a little more like, and we, the people watching, the viewers, get to see a body with an axe stumbling over near her in the car.
Yeah. It's a good low angle shot. It's kind of creepy because the axe is just like hanging low or dragging on the ground. And he's walking up to this poor unsuspecting girl, raises the axe above his head, brings it down. Cut to our third movie. But the location stays the same. It's now 1986. sorority row once again, and we're introduced to our two dorks that are going to lead us through this movie.
Yeah, they are. They are for most of it. Yeah.
So their names are JC and who's the other guy? Chris?
I don't know because I just kept calling him.
Just called him Rusty. We can call him Rusty. The red hair will make me remember Rusty.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we'll get into Rusty because Rusty's got a real he's got a real problem.
Well, I guess this is what happens, right? I don't know, but he arrives on campus. Apparently, he's come out of some kind of high school long-term relationship. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. And then, it's coming.
Bless you.
Now he's like, he sees a girl and is just absolutely smitten.
This
is now his mission.
Yeah.
To make him his.
It's to a dangerous level immediately. Like not dangerous, but alarming. Like this is you talked about the frat boys. He's a bit of a Night of the Creep as well. And he's got like social issues too because
he doesn't want to approach her. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, we don't know how approachable she is. So I get it. Whatever. She's going into some frat house where they're like, oh no, she's going into Beta House. That must mean that she's either cool or dating an asshole or whatever. So, okay. So first of all, he's wearing a sweater. That's kind of dorky. That's kind of dorky. I don't want to, because nobody else is wearing one. I paused it at this point where we see what they're wearing because JC's outfit, Mike, I don't know what's happening. On point because it's a orange t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Over top of it is a orange and purple Hawaiian shirt. But then over that, he's wearing a vest, like a fisherman's vest that they would just hook lures into and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a real look going for him, and that's fine because he's a goofy sidekick. I like it, and he also has an undefined disability where he has crutches.
Undefined disability. That's a good way to put it.
Nobody ever says it, right? I didn't. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, but he's definitely always had it, and he cannot. Yeah. The recording. Yeah. He's got two. Titular, if you will, but they're not really. He's got two beautiful speeches that he does. Mm-hmm. One is in the room when he has the reaction to what the fuck, to be serious, and he's like, no, I will not. Mm-hmm. And then the other is the recording he leaves, and
it's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's great. He makes an absolute meal out of what he is given here to work with, and I think that's juxtaposed by Chris, who seems to be just mopily wandering his way through this zombie movie. Yeah. And he's not I don't need a crazy charismatic protagonist, but I need a little more than what he's giving.
Something. Yeah.
And I also, listen, and if we're going to drag characters, I think I'm going to drag Cindy a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because she's
got a weird mousy voice. Right?
Yes.
When she talks, I was like, wait, I forgot she sounds like that.
I was almost going to try and think of something other than her voice. I was like, why didn't I no, it's the voice.
It's her voice.
And it's mousy. So when she's excited, it just gets high pitched. But when she's just having a conversation, it's so quiet. She's so quiet in this movie.
She's pretty badass when she does have the flamethrower.
Sure.
I do enjoy that. But I agree. The voice is what kind of doesn't help me take her seriously.
No.
And he's just,
Yeah. And I'll make this argument, Jamie, and you can disagree with me if you want.
Fair.
Anybody's going to look pretty badass with a flamethrower.
All right.
I'm just saying you take almost any character from any movie we've talked about and you strap a backpack and they're shooting fire at zombies, they're going to look pretty great. But but I also don't want to give these people a hard time because, boy, I hate to say the movie's fun in spite of them. But it kind of it. Like this would kind of work with anyone. I just
agree.
wish it wasn't these two sometimes. But anyway, these two dudes are complaining. I like the line where I think it's Chris and he's like, my grandparents get laid more than we do. Kind of a fun line. But yeah, as you said, he sees this girl across the road or whatever and instantly smitten. And I kind of get it. She's giving off some Daphne Zuniga vibes. So I can get behind this. This is totally fine. And then he's all bummed out because she went in a frat house. And JC's like, well, we could just go in there too.
Yeah, he's got a lot more common sense and date savvy. Even when he sees when Rusty sees her and he's like, oh my God, she's great. And he's like, well, let's go over and talk to her. And I think he even says like, hey, totally embarrassing Rusty, of course. He's just like, well, this problem can be solved by you just being a human being and approaching her.
Right.
And then when they go, even like you said, they go into the frat house and he's like, well, this problem can be solved. We'll follow. And he goes, no, well, that's it. We have to join a frat. And
this is insane because she's talking to some guy. I do like how they refer to him as having a unibrow, and he totally does.
He really wants a very thick unibrow.
It is so thick. It's just like they stuck, and it's so thick right in the center where they meet. It's the heaviest.
Yeah, it's like the actor maybe himself had a mild one going on. And they're like, we're gonna make that. If you let us, the makeup department will accept that, and it'll be part of your character.
Yeah, it's almost like they stuck a mustache to his head, and then they like trimmed it down quite a bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, so she's talking to this guy, and as you said, JC goes up to her and is like, "Hey, I gotta tell you, my friend over there, he's a pretty cool dude. Why he isn't over here, I'm not so sure, but if you ever want to talk to him or you want to meet him, that's great," or whatever. And he sets this up, like almost makes an arrangement, like, I think she's ready to talk to you. And as you said, Rusty goes, I have an idea. Let's just join this frat. Hey, can you do that, Jamie? Can you just show up to a frat party and go, I know what, I'm going to approach the guys in this frat and just be like, can you meet with me right now and talk about joining?
I don't know how frats work, but this frat, first of all, both this frat and sorority, very fancy. There was nothing like this at Kutztown. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we didn't have frat houses. I have to say, my sister was in a sorority. She went to a different school on the other side of the state, and I went up to visit her a couple times. And they had frat houses and they had sorority houses.
Did they look like this?
They weren't to this level. But it was a whole different experience because it really was just like a row of these houses and just like one after another. And you could just wander in, but some you weren't allowed to go into, but because she was my sister, she could get me. It was weird. It was weird. And there was some exclusivity that I didn't quite understand. But yeah, it was a whole different experience. Like, Kutztown, you paid $5, you could go into anywhere. You gave the idiot at the door $5, it didn't matter. You were fine walking in. So yeah, different experience. Yeah. But I still don't think you can join in the middle of the semester at the time, because then when they're talking to these guys, because they're like, let's join a frat, and
these two eager beavers get an interview practically, right? With the frat squad, I guess. There's like maybe five guys that
frat squad does sound like a cool 70s detective TV show where it's, I guess it'd be like a 21 Jump Street, but they're pretending to be frat boys at a college. But frat squad would be kind of cool. Yeah, so they ask if they can join, and they're immediately given an interview. I believe. I don't know if you've got a good look at this frat. Multiple frat members in here pushing 30.
Yeah, looks like an older crowd. It looks like an older crowd. I love it. What is here? I think I wrote it down. Rusty was like, "We'll do what he just wants to." He doesn't really know much about the frat situation, and he's like, "We don't have to have sex with farm animals, do we?" But no, they do have something they want them to do if
Yes.
they're up for the challenge.
JC even
And it,
offers to pay them. He's like, "Do you
he
guys want
does.
money? Is that what
Yeah.
this is all about?" Like, what kind of bargaining is this? This is such a strange thing because you have to imagine we know what you have to do to get into a frat. You have to break into a mall. You have to steal a security guard's uniform. Like, there are things you have to do. But, you know, in a similar fashion, these guys are like, great. Why don't you steal a dead body?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's what these guys are now out to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're going to.
Yes.
So, all remember, this is all because he thinks one of the girls is cute and wants to be able to have a date with her. But we find out
Oh,
that
yes.
that the lead frat guy, who is this like bleach blonde guy that almost looks AI in a time that there was not AI. Right?
He looks like those. Remember that I think they were like Duracell or Energizer people that look like plastic people. This guy does not look real. He's surrounded by real humans in this frat, but every time you see him, I can't stop looking at that wig, and I'm like, this is insane that you made this guy dress this way.
But it's actually his girlfriend.
That's right.
Is the girl that he's after.
Cindy, Cynthia, whatever you want to call her.
However she names herself. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are together.
So yeah.
But these two idiots don't know this, and they leave.
Right.
So then we're suddenly introduced to a scientist. We know he's a scientist because he's wearing a lab coat.
Oh, the scientist that makes a stressed phone call who needs. What does he need? He needs a security password or something like that. And he wrote it down in a notebook that is at his home, I guess. So he's using a hallway payphone to call, I'm assuming his wife or his child or somebody, to say, check the yellow notebook on the table. Tell me the number. It's the security passcode. I need it. You would think you would keep those kind of items handy at work. It's
got to be like 4 numbers. You can probably memorize this. I don't know how many times you've been here. Like, if he was on the phone, he's like, it's my first day or something, I'd be like, okay, that's a lot more understandable. Because I love it how he dials the phone number in the thing, and he picks up the phone, and he's like, of course I remember that number. Like, great. But yeah, like, he punches in the first 3 of these 4 digits, walks away to make the most lengthy phone call ever to try and get the last digit for this. And our 2 heroes walk in.
Yep.
And they're just wandering around like, I don't know, where they keep dead bodies.
Yeah, literally. They are. They're like, was there a sign that should show us?
Yeah.
And then there's a room that's filled with mystery. No, it's not even open yet.
No.
There's a door with a code on it. And
JC just like pushes 0.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, well, it's this. And now they're in a room with a bunch of computers and a cryogenically frozen human.
The same person who made the wig for the frat boy made these computers with blinking lights because it's hilarious. In a movie that honestly looks really good and the special effects are fantastic. The dog and cat puppet are super fun. I love them so much. This room is hilarious with these blinking Christmas lights all over the place. Lights. It's awesome. Yeah.
And when he has the realization, like, oh, wait a minute, cryogen, this is what this is. This is a human. He's frozen. Now, Rusty just wants to kind of get out of there. He's like, this doesn't seem like anything we need to be a part of. We should probably just move on and get out of here.
Yeah.
But not JC. He's curious. He's a bit of a rebel, and wants to basically, and he does. They free this guy.
Yeah, we see a guy in a tube.
Yep.
And it's the guy from the black and white movie that we saw earlier.
Yep.
And there's literally a giant red button on the wall that says disengage.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, I wonder what this does. Yeah. So they decide this is a perfect dead body. Why use one from an actual morgue when we can clearly take this science experiment? Right. So they start to bring this out. They start to drag him out or carry him out, but he appears to then come to.
Yeah.
scares them, and they run away.
And they just bolt out of there.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, David Paymer found out the last digit of the door, comes back to an open door to find the frozen body laying on the ground, and is immediately killed.
Mm-hmm.
It is nice of them to freeze this guy in his underwear, not to have his ding dong hanging out.
Yeah.
Right.
Or his buttocks exposed.
No, we don't need more of that. We already saw alien butts at the beginning of this. Don't need more of that.
Oh yeah, weird shaped alien butts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A nerd has a breakdown.
Oh my God! So they run back to their dorm room.
Yes,
hey! I have a question about their dorm room. Are their dorm room just two couches? Do they sleep on two couches?
It did look like it was rather, yeah.
These are couches. Like, it's the coolest thing where it is literally two couches that face each other that they just threw blankets and a pillow on. It's kind of a fun idea. I like it.
Yeah, it looked like a cozy situation that they were in.
But you're right in that this is where JC finally stands up to his roommate, who's just like bumming him out.
He really is. And he says that. He was like, I'm just trying to be we need to take nothing that seriously. I'm learning that, and you are just a downer for all the things. Yeah. And says, like, you wanted to do this, we did this. You wanted to do that, we did that. And now I'm just trying to have fun with it, bro. Like, I call it the fuck you speech. And that's what great. It was. The ending, though, for it, to make it all okay again, they have a pillow fight.
Yeah,
a good old-fashioned buddy pillow fight.
I did enjoy the pillow fight. It was very cute when he's like, hey, can I borrow that pillow? So he throws it at him. That's nice. I do think that if we saw Chris's personality change after this, I think it would have been a more effective freak out.
Yeah.
Rusty, come on, man. Rusty,
you're hard.
Yeah, I mean, listen, European Vacation has been a long time, but this is a movie that made me not really want to revisit European Vacation.
Yeah.
I understand that Rusty's not a main character, but I don't know if I don't know. This Dutch just dragging down portions of this movie for me. So now, as if we thought we understood the movie,
as if
that we were watching,
starting to get a hang of things, right?
The introduction of the Tom Atkins character is amazing. This scene where he's on a beach, yes. Yeah. And I was like, well, I knew Tom Atkins was a cop in this movie, and I know by the end he's shooting zombies. When I started watching this, I was like, does this movie start with him on vacation? I could not remember that at all. He gets called away from the Caribbean because of zombies? But no, that's not what we're watching.
But he looks like he's having a vacation day, a beach day, even a little Mai Tai in hand. Right?
Yeah. He's not sitting in a chair, though. I do find it funny that he's sitting on the ground.
Well, because he's got to be ready then for what he's about to see.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, of course. Yes. If you're in a chair, you're never ready for what you have to see. Right. That's why when people are going to break bad news to you, they're like, you might want to have a seat. And they don't mean in a chair. They mean sitting on the ground.
No, but then all of a sudden we see him he walks up on a, God, what is he?
Yeah, no, he sees something come out of the ocean that scares him. Yeah. It's like, it's like, perhaps a
figure of
like like an axe wielding maniac, and then suddenly we're thrown back into the black and white movie where he's a current aged cop discovering an axe wielding maniac killing his girlfriend, right? And him gunning this dude down.
Well, it's a zombie guy.
He's a total zombie guy. And then he is awoken by a phone call. And every time he answers the phone, he has to say, thrill me. which is an amazing.
Was it every time? Is it every time?
Yes. That's just how he answers the phone. And you know, there have been times where they're just like, we just wanted to let you know that we're changing trash day from Tuesday to Thursday, sir. I hope that's thrilling enough information for you.
Literally, the thrills don't stop.
Yeah. But this is kind of thrilling because he's called to a crime scene in a basement laboratory at the college.
Yep.
And I love movies because cops are constantly like eating and smoking in an active crime scene.
Oh, well, they definitely have the coroner is constantly eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
I do like the line when he arrives at the crime scene. He says, "What is this, a homicide or a bad B movie?"
Great.
All these grumpy little He
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows. And he's I guess he's the detective in charge of things because he's definitely shouting at people like, "Where's 2 bodies? I only see 1 body. What's the matter? Can't you count?" It is
pretty hilarious because then the other cop has to go, "Well, there were 2 bodies." And he goes, "Well, what happened?" He goes, "Well, the only 2 cops that were here, they went to go use the bathroom together." And I'm like, "What? Yeah. Together? Is that how this works?" But yeah, so the 1 body is gone, is missing, and the body that's there is the body of the scientist now.
Right.
So now we're done with that because let's jump into the sorority girls' house.
Back to the sorority house where the girls are collecting. Okay, so this is where.
Let's try and figure this out.
So it's a big sorority house, like we said. The college we went to didn't have these kinds of things, but it's huge. Lots of ladies live there. It's got a basement for storage, and one of the gals is doing a science project that involves human brains. She says so. And she needs a place to put the human brains, not at the lab at school, and she's like, our friend there,
Cindy seems in charge of the sorority house.
Yeah, or in charge at least where you store things. But she's also cash about it. She's not like it. She's just like, "Oh yeah, the basement will be fine.
Put those brains in. Did you see how many jars there are?
Jars. There were many jars.
So many. I don't. This movie's
I thought she was gonna say something like it's for the jamming that we're going to do with the strawberry fields over the weekend, or something. What do you do with jars when you're in a sorority house? You stuff them with human brains for your science project that you're gonna dissect.
I could not get over this. I want a whole movie about this sorority girl because at first I'm like,
because then we're done with her.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
I know that's like my mind's going in so many directions because at first I'm like, good for you, sorority girl. Like, I mean, you're able to study human brains. Like, you must have a good brain in your head. I mean, I don't know what your major is. This is fantastic. But also I'm like, where do you get those brains? How do you get that many human brains?
Like, well, and you just
stacks of jars.
These brains are going to lead to something.
Oh, right. Yes. Come on. These are Chekhov's brains you're putting in the basement. But I found it hilarious because it's not just I have a brain in a jar that I'm using. She's holding it like she's bringing bags of groceries.
Yeah, she's got a crate of brains that she needs to bring in.
It's pretty fun.
And she this is where we're introduced to the studious sorority girl that likes to pick up cats from the French doors, as you say. She doesn't seem to. She's got her own room. It looks like
that's not. That's a room. That's like a study room. It almost looks like a living room or something. Yeah. Maybe it is called the study.
She's alone in it, isn't she?
She's alone. It's huge. She's wearing big, like giant Sally Jesse glasses. She's so fun. Like I really do like her as a character. I like that we can see her turn into a zombie at the end. But yes. She is, I guarantee they shot 3 scenes right in a row with her. They're like, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the door. This time it's going to be a cat. Next time it's going to be a zombie cat. Next time it's going to be a zombie. Tom Atkins is going to shoot you. It's totally cool. I guarantee they did this all with her in one day. But yes, every scene is the same. It's a tense, like she hears something at the French doors.
Yeah.
And then she looks and the camera zooms in on her, zooms in on the doors, back to her, back to the door. She gets up, And then, of course, she opens it, and
then
the cat
Yeah.
is just there. This
Yeah.
cute sorority cat, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from the sorority mother's dog, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know.
What a...
Yep. So yeah, there's a brief tense moment and a fake jump scare with that.
Right. But there really is
Mm-hmm.
a zombie on the loose.
Yes. We see him walking around. We
Right.
see his feet a whole
Mhm.
lot.
Mm-hmm. Big zombie feet. Way oversized.
I don't think their feet get bigger. I think this is
Well,
just
swollen maybe from the cryo.
Oh, from the cry. You think when you're
Yeah.
either frozen or when you're thawing, your feet
Yeah.
get
You
larger.
just swell.
Okay.
It's a salt. It's all the salt.
Right. All the salt has drained from your body down to your
His
feet.
feet look
It's all
really big.
collected
His
down
feet look really big.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he's doing the
so-
same thing because this guy has been frozen for 30 years. He doesn't think any time has passed.
Right, right. So he's looking to throw the rocks at the window and bring the flower to the
Yep.
girl. And the girl who's now behind the window is Christy. That's her
Cindy.
name? Cindy.
Christy and Rusty hanging out in Night of the Creeps.
Creepers.
Night of the Creepers, starring Cindy and Rusty. Or not Cindy, her name's Cindy. Oh my God. Yeah, so he shows up throwing little tiny pebbles at the window again.
Mm-hmm.
And I okay. We talked about Cindy's performance. Cindy, again, meek in voice, but she sees a naked man show up at her window. His head splits open.
Yeah.
And giant slugs fly out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And later, when she's telling Rusty about this, it's like she's telling him about the time she had a hangnail or something. It's like this does not faze her at all.
Well, I like it though when she meets with Rusty later after when JC's getting murdered, essentially. Or not murdered, infected, I guess, whatever you want to call it. She basically gives us the whole plot of she's like, so these things come and this is how they get, and I think they travel this way, and I've got a whole theory on it, and it's basically the plot of the creeps, right?
Yeah.
And all right, I think you're a little sleepy or you get a little jolted by what happened but
I know. I need her to start with some dumb explanation, and the smart girl who studied the brains to be like, no,
Yeah.
Cindy, you don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this freaks her out. Of course, she
As
saw
it
a man's
should.
head split open.
Yeah.
And so
now
she calls the
are here
cops.
at this
Yes.
house, right? Now the cops come to the sorority house, and
Right.
The face split in two. Oh yeah, so they think there's a dead body that was. They think there's maybe a body that had been uncovered from underneath the sorority house, right? Is that where the mistaken zombie identity comes from?
Well, I think he's a little bit freaked out because he's there.
The detective is.
Yes. Yeah. Tom Atkins is freaked out because there is a corpse right outside the sorority house because he's like staring off into space, or not into space. He's staring at the building in the back, and he's like, hey, what's that building there? And they're like, well, that's where the sorority mother lives. And then we find out later, what happened, but he seems really nervous to pull back the sheet over this corpse. But it turns out it's just a guy with his head all split open.
Yeah.
And it turns out... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the detective has some PTSD.
Yeah, he's having axe murderer flashbacks. We're getting little bits and pieces because it's an axe murderer flashback, and then it's just like a body and wrapped up in plastic, and I'm digging a hole and stuff. We're not really sure what's going on yet.
Yeah.
But now it's the next day, and I guess they're all coming out of class or whatever, but these frat guys start giving these dorks a bunch of shit because they're like, hey, dorks, we told you to put that body in front of the whatever alpha Chi
front
Delta
of the frat
house.
house, not
Yes.
the sorority
Yes.
house. Right,
Yeah.
right.
What are you,
And
stupid?
they're like, do it. Like we
Yeah.
chickened out. That wasn't
Mhm.
even a body that we took, and we don't know what you're meaning.
Yes.
And but they're still mean to them, right?
They're-
The frat guys are still
They
they
kick
kick
the
over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
They kick JC's crutches over so that he falls down.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the
it's yeah.
only time in
But
this movie, and I think that this is I'm always surprised sometimes by 80s movies because we assume that they're going to be like sexist and racist and super gross and so much inappropriate stuff. And we've seen it, that it exists. But for a character that goes through this movie constantly on crutches, this is the only time that is, and it's not even mentioned. It's the only time that his disability is given like any pointed out by any character in this movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm shocked that every time he meets somebody, they're not like, hey, what's your problem, dude? Like, why do you have those things?
well,
No.
that's not how the world should act.
No, of
I mean,
course.
that's how you
but
acted in the 80s, maybe. But
that's what I mean. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I guess.
saying. Like, I'm constantly surprised how this movie's just like, yeah, that guy must have some disability. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of surprising watching this, that it isn't something that's pointed out more by like these horrible frat boys, or that it's not a topic of discussion between characters or anything like that. It's kind of interesting. This is the only time that he's really, called out because of that.
Well, and he immediately gets Rusty does his best Rusty, which isn't that great. Like, oh no, friend. But this is what
First of all, good impression, actually. Yeah. Fantastic. That's basically his line reading through this whole movie.
Yeah. Oh no. But it makes Chelsea, that's her name.
Her name is Cindy. It's not Chelsea.
Cindy.
It's not Christy.
It makes Cindy change her ways a bit. Now this was like the final straw, whatever, for her. Where she's like, you know what, he's a jerk, my frat boyfriend. And I think I am going to hang out with these two for a little while.
She does the thing where her frat boyfriend is like, hey, how about we just get out of here because these two guys are dorks. And she does the thing where you have a closed fist and you like crank it and your middle finger pops up.
Gives a finger, yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. And for some reason,
Cindy.
Yeah, and she just does this. And this guy later on in this movie is like, what? You don't like me anymore? Why? Okay, all right, figure it out, man. Maybe
she has a breakup conversation with his corpse. I'm like, all right, look him in the eyes.
It's pretty great. I really enjoy that. Yeah. But now she's just like part of their gang. She all the frat boys leave, and she just goes over to them, and she's like, hey, I guess we're like the Three Musketeers now, or whatever. She doesn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking when I'm watching this. And then immediately they are hauled off to the police station by the cops.
Yeah, they're arrested.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not arrested, but they're questioned by the police.
Yeah.
For their shenanigans.
Yeah.
Apparently there was an Asian janitor that saw them. The Run Like Banshee line gets a little overplayed.
This guy's having a great time. He thinks it's the funniest thing. I'm like, is he laughing because the cop said that, or is that the statement he gave the cop? And he's like, I'm hilarious that I said this.
Yeah.
I also looked this actor up because I was like, this guy looks so familiar. He was mostly in movies in the 60s and 70s, and I was looking at the movies and I've seen some of them. He always portrays, of course, an Asian character, but the guy was born in Los Angeles and he has to put on an Asian accent in every single thing he's ever done. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, so he saw them
here for us.
Yeah. So he saw them leaving.
And now it's like, so what happened? What's happening with this body, and what did you do? Right. And they admit that it's funny because JC is trying to cover it up. He's got a good story he starts to go with about like, no, this is not. But of course, immediately Rusty just confesses that it was them, and they they freed this and they ran.
But it's like the janitor would have seen us if we took a corpse. He would have seen us because he saw us running like banshees. and everything like that. And of course, Tom Atkins has to just be like, all right, you guys are free to go. That's cool. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's a real quick scene here where Brad calls Cindy at the sorority house. I found it very quaint and interesting because in this elaborate sorority house, just like decadent, extravagant, they have like a crappy payphone just on the walls upstairs that they all have to talk into. I thought that was kind of fun. And she just hangs
Brad's
up on
the
him because
frat
he's
guy,
Brad.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally wrote his name in my notes. That's why I started calling him Brad.
Which character is that?
He's like, he looks like a Brad. Like an 80s
Yeah,
Brad. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he's Braddy. Yeah.
And now we get a fun little scene with the girl, again, trying to study or trying to do whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
But this time, the cat comes in, she holds the cat up, and its eyes are hollowed out, and like a worm crawls out of its eyes.
Creepy zombie cat. But because we saw earlier, I think we saw some of the worms or the slugs escaping into like the gardens over by the sorority house.
Yes. Yeah.
And
we already
cat
know.
does like to sniff around the garden.
We already know that these things just jump in your mouth and then you're a total zombie.
Yeah, you're taking over, right?
Yeah. So Cindy now. Oh, go ahead.
This is when Cindy talks to Rusty
Cindy
and tells
comes
her
to their dorm. Yes.
Yeah. Which surprises them, but
I would be surprised too. And this is when I started to wonder, like, what are the age difference of these characters? Not that it's a big deal, but is Cindy like a senior? She's living in a sorority house off campus, appears to be the one in charge of where to store brains.
Yeah, she's definitely older, I think. They seem like the freshmen, right?
That's what I was wondering. Okay. All right.
Yeah. But so she's looked them up and she's gone to their dorm room because she wants to hang and talk to both of them, right?
That's always the most surprising thing, because Rusty opens the door and she's there and she's like, hey, listen, I really think we should talk about this. And he's like, sounds great. And then immediately the three of them are walking around outside. It's like, okay. I mean, it's very inclusive to just bring your roommate along on any dates you may have. Yeah.
She's not trying to make bold moves, and he is good friends with JC. But I think JC soon kind of gets the hint, right? Isn't it him that kind of excuses himself?
It's because this is kind of a funny part of this movie, and I think that this is, where maybe Rusty is a little more lively in this movie. She starts talking about how her roommate found a walking corpse cat, and she saw this guy and his head split open and slugs came out, and she starts like getting upset and crying, and Rusty's like, it's okay, and he puts his arm around her and then like gives his buddy a thumbs up.
That's right.
After listening to her and making like cuckoo eyes to his roommate too. Now he hugs her and gives him a thumbs up, and JC's like, oh, I guess I gotta go take a shit or whatever, and he heads out.
Yeah.
It's kind of
meanwhile,
like,
as they walk and JC's gone, like we said before, she confesses to him all the things that she thinks is happening, which is all accurate. Like, I think these slugs invade the brains of dead bodies or not even dead bodies, and then they take over and they can keep you alive. And he's like, all right there, sugar tits, calm down.
Right. I was reading my roommate's research paper about this brains thing that she's doing, and apparently slugs love it.
Yes. No, but he's, like you said, he's just excited that he is getting to spend this time with her. And
of course, he doesn't care if she's cuckoo.
In the meantime, JC is, I guess, handling his business in the stall.
I am so confused as to what he's doing, because his pants are up. He's just sitting on a toilet.
Isn't he writing on a wall?
He's writing
on the toilet wall.
Yeah, he's writing on the stall wall. Right above it says Striper rules. I did find that kind of funny. And we see the custodian who
that's right. Who saw them, but now
he is now a zombie. And he's wandering around, and he comes into the bathroom, and I guess collapses and his head splits open.
Well, and we don't see any of this. Well, we see him, the
Yeah,
custodian,
a
walk
little
in the
bit.
bathroom.
Yeah.
We know that. But then while JC is on the toilet, he hears this whole, like, you can hear what sounds like, I guess what it would sound like, a human splitting in half and slugs coming out.
Yes. Oh, we've already seen it in this movie. We know what it sounds like.
Right, exactly. And he's terrified
Yeah.
listening to it.
Sure.
And then sees these slugs on the floor that, like you mentioned, move very fast. One gets under his foot at one point, and then he decides, I guess for some reason, lighting them on fire is a good thing.
I have no idea, because some matches fall out of his pocket and he's in such like a desperate, like, I gotta get
him.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta get these. I'm like, why? Why do you have to get those matches so badly? Like, maybe just find your crutches and try and get out of here. But he burns one. This thing immediately goes up, just like immediately, like it's a prop in a magician's hat or something. Flame hits this thing and it explodes, and this actually kind of makes him even more freaked out. And he stumbles out of the stall. He can't walk, remember? And then we see one of the slugs like race right toward. We get like a POV of us.
Goes
we
up
get like
his
a
leg,
slug's
right?
POV, the one that goes right in his mouth when he's laying on the ground. But yeah, one goes up his leg first. Yes.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch, and you just think, oh my God, poor guy. And like you said, because he struggles to walk, he can't move as fast to get himself out and avoid it at all.
And he was a big character, super fun character. He's
great, like
and he's out of this movie, except for a voice recording, which we'll hear, which is great. Yeah. But he's like totally out of the movie. Yeah. It's kind of shocking how quickly he goes. But again, this is a short movie. This thing kind of flies by. So after, I guess, an adorable night of walking and talking about men's heads splitting open and giant slugs coming out and a zombie cat, she's like, so you want to go to the formal with me?
Oh, yeah. That's how mousy she is.
And again, this is when the moon. Yeah. And this is when I finally wrote my notes. I was like, she's soft. She's so soft spoken. Like, I had a hard time even hearing her invite this guy to the formal.
Yeah. And
he is on cloud 9.
Totally.
But now, listen, JC's out of the movie. I totally get it. And it's sad. It's a loss. But you know who his best friend now is? It's Tom Atkins. Because Tom Atkins shows up and he's like, do you want to come to my house and have a drink?
And
college-aged boy?
Yes. Yeah. Right. He pours him a drink. Yeah. And starts confessing about...
It's insane. Yeah. They're having like high school sweetheart stories, and please go on.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's how he starts it out. The detective is like, who did you love before? Yeah. Who's your first love? And then he goes on his own story about his first love. And even at one point, Rusty looks at him and he's like, why did you bring me here other than to maybe awkwardly confess a murder to me? Like, yes. What am I here for? But he tells him the story about watching his girl get all cut and chopped up when he was, it's the horrible story that we've been getting flashbacks of and seen part of. And then he talks about how when he found the killer, how he chopped up the killer and put the body under the ground, and the ground now is where he explains all this too.
Yeah.
All of what we already know, he explains.
And he explains it in such a funny way. This movie is kind of a comedy. So the fact that he's like, and I found her in the car, and I found her on the road, and I found her in the woods, and I found her across the street, and all this stuff. And I love it. Like and you
Rusty's
said,
like,
yeah, yeah. At one point, like you said, Rusty's like, other than bring me over here to confess a murder. Earlier, during the middle of this story, Rusty just says, should you be telling me this?
Yeah, he does.
It's really great. It's really fun. And again, like, it's just a moment in this movie to flesh out his character more. This doesn't move the plot along. It doesn't really mean anything. They're not talking about zombies at all or anything. it's just a really nice moment in this movie to be like, okay, I know this character a little bit more. This is great. The dream at the beginning makes so much more sense now.
Yeah,
of
it all
course,
flows together
the movie
better,
in the
right,
50s makes sense. We even saw the guy be unthawed. Like, it's fun and it's all coming together.
Right.
So he mentions in this story that where the sorority house's mother's new cottage is, that's where he buried the guy. So
and now we
get
have
to go
the
hang out with
sorority
her.
mother, right, is watching one of her TV programs with her sweet dog, and the dog starts barking at who knows what. And then there's like a banging and a rustling and finally a zombie hand that comes up through her floor. And then before we know it, it's an axe-wielding zombie that just came up. I mean, they're alive now, right?
Yeah.
Is that so? The creepers or the creeps, the slugs, are going in to find any body, dead or alive.
Exactly. Yes.
And they found underground this body, and because that's what they do, they bring it back alive. You don't even have to. Yeah.
And this sorority mother, don't know if she's, if the actress might be Rusty's grandmother because they have similar acting talents.
Oh, you're right.
This woman sees basically a Skeletor erupt from under the floorboards of her living room, holding an axe above his head. She looks like she's still watching TV. This woman, there's nothing.
And I think she goes, "Oh my!"
Yeah, there's no reaction whatsoever. Yes. Yeah.
But now all the cops are back at this house. It's the whole thing. And now, do we have more flashback? Because the cop, no. We have more of the coroner eating a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. He's killed too. Yes. This coroner looks like he walked off the set of Sopranos.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
Yeah, so this is where the cops finally track down the axe murderer skeleton.
Well, because he's gone. The cops are there for the body that belongs to the mother or the older lady. Yeah. But they don't have the body of they don't have the zombie. He's out on the loose still.
Right, yes.
So he sends two of his guys out looking for him, right?
Yes. Finally, they corner this zombie in like an alley. Tom Atkins shows up. These cops are unloading on this zombie and it's not doing anything. Tom Atkins picks up his shotgun and says, "I already killed you." And then explodes this thing's head. And I wonder when the cops will be like, "Hey, Tom, remember when you said you killed that guy? What?
Yeah.
What were you talking about
mean
then?"
by that?
Yeah. Who?
But no, it's like the whole squad knows.
Oh,
that
they all definitely. I think we know that about cops. They all know. They're all in on it. I'm surprised they allowed this sorority house to break ground back there to build this cottage. And now it's just like, wow, I just watched the zombie's head explode. This is great. But now it's like 80s party time. Let's get ready for this formal.
Oh, yeah. Big old party. Yeah.
It's a getting ready, girls and dudes montage, getting ready for the formal.
Yep. Yep. And of course, you can't do a montage in an 80s movie about sororities and stuff without some boobies in the shower. And it's literally just stalls of boobies. Ladies taking a shower.
Just panning stalls at chest level. Right.
I was like, oh, here we are. Thank you. Okay. In case I forgot that I was watching an 80s movie. Like you said, you eliminate this scene and maybe the kids are driving with this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they are.
I think you see just like the briefest scene of Cindy boobies when she's changing for bed or something. Yeah. But come on. That would get you a PG rating in the 80s. But this scene's a bit much. Like,
this is even it's like, what are we doing here?
Parents, once this skeleton zombie's head explodes, just cover your kid's eyes for 30 seconds. It's fine. Let them watch it. I understand that we are a society that can watch horrific violence, but we can't see boobs. That's off limits. So if that's something that you feel, all right, you know when to kind of like skip ahead, maybe.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do. So like you said, there's a fun montage of everybody getting ready, and then Brad is back. But right?
Yes. No, wait. Okay. I don't want to
do the bus ride yet?
No,
Oh,
we
no.
didn't.
Well, I
Well,
guess
we
have to
didn't
talk
do
about them getting
the
on the bus.
we didn't do the tape recorder yet. The tape recorder is
Oh,
what
that's
happens now
right.
because
That's
they're all
right.
getting ready, and so we see Chris in his
And he's
tux.
getting ready, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And Rusty's getting ready too because
Yeah.
he's getting to go on a date. And he was been a little concerned that his friend hasn't shown up. I think he's seen some other buddies on campus and was like, "Hey, have you guys seen him?
Yeah.
Because I haven't."
Mm-hmm.
And he's a little worried. And then as he's getting ready, yeah, he sees a tape recorder that says, "Listen to me."
Mm-hmm.
And so he does. And
Yeah.
it's a very moving recording. And
It really is because you can almost hear JC turning into a zombie while he's
yeah,
recording this.
yeah, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
he gives us just the information we need. This is what these creatures do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened to me. I was able to walk. He does this whole thing. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
yeah,
I
it's
was
very
really
sweet.
walking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked down. If you hear this, head to the boiler room.
Yeah.
Because I think he knew that he had to burn them to get them out of him,
Yep.
maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, he knew they didn't
And
like fire.
right.
But he's like, if I don't come back, head down to the boiler room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is so sweet.
Yeah.
I almost hate to ask you this question after I say this, but he does end with telling Chris that he loves him. Is there gay subtext here, Jamie? Because before they are
No.
joking about having sex with each other.
No, I
Okay,
think it's
all right.
just two
No,
friends that really.
I
get
just
the vibe that
I
they
wasn't
are like
sure.
friends from I think
Right.
they even say at one point that they've known each other since they're like 9 or something. I think it's just really good.
No,
friends
it's
looking
fine.
out
No,
for each other.
I totally.
You want there to be some gay subtext, don't you?
I feel
You
like
do.
I feel like because this is an 80s movie, I feel like I'm conditioned to think that that's what they meant by it. Because how could two straight dudes possibly love each other? You know, you get it. But you're probably right. Like, I think you're right in that there's nothing more to it than that. But I just wasn't sure. That's all.
Well, I didn't take it that way.
Okay, great.
I
But
don't know
Chris
if that's right or
does
wrong.
head downstairs to the boiler room.
And he finds his friend's body.
And he's just
Yeah.
like sizzling away. Like he cooked himself and he cooked the slugs.
And it makes him sad. It makes him really
It
sad.
should make him sad, right?
Yeah.
As if listening to it isn't sad enough. That made me sad. But yes, if
Me
you
too.
find the corpse,
too.
that's going to make you even more sad.
And now
And
he
we
knows
could, yeah, he knows what
that
to
he's
do.
got to go. Yeah, he
Mhm.
goes to the detective, right?
Yeah. Do you, there are now 2 scenes in a row. As you said, Brad is outside the sorority house just stewing. Just like,
Oh, yeah.
just pacing back and forth. There's like, stupid bitch, whatever. There are now 2 quick scenes here.
Oh, this
Where-
is with the dog.
I don't think anybody likes Brad. There's a scene of the sorority guys being like, "Woo, yeah, let's get on this party bus and go here." And the one guy goes, "Hey, where's Brad, man?" He's like, "Oh, he's still upset about Cindy." And they're laughing at him. And
Yeah.
then when he shows up at the sorority house, the blonde girl that answers is like, "Come on, Brad. Nobody
Yeah.
wants you around here."
I'm so sure, Brad.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, nobody likes Brad. It makes total sense, but
yeah, I don't
I
like
just
Brad.
found that
Yeah.
pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so the frat guys are getting on a bus to
Mhm.
head out to their.
It's
to the
very
formal.
responsible. They're not going to drink and
Yeah.
drive, Jamie.
No, they've chartered a bus,
There's one thing I know about frat guys. They are responsible.
right? That's their key term here.
Oh, look, your drink has like fruit and stuff in it.
I'll put
Lemons?
lemon.
I
Yeah.
should shove lemons into this tiny top of this bottle. All right.
Well, so we have our dog now, our who is now the carrier of the slugs, and we'll be passing
Yes.
them along, right? Because it's the dog
Mhm.
that. So as you said, Brad is outside of the sorority house, kind of hemming and hawing about like
Mhm.
girlfriend to me, and the dog is there, creeping him out, but also slugging him out.
Yeah, right. The dog
The dog-
slugs an entire fraternity.
Yeah. Well, this one he gets just by being on the sidewalk, hanging out, and I think looking at Brad. What did he do? Because this is the one where Brad just
Yep.
swallows the.
Brad is the funniest slug one. Like the
Yeah,
guy in the
I
woods
agree.
in the 50s guy was pretty funny. The Brad one is hilarious.
I agree.
The look.
Because it's from the dog.
Because it's from the dog's mouth.
Yeah.
A slug leaps out of a puppet dog's mouth into Brad's mouth, and the look on his face is priceless. I sent you a screenshot of just the dog. I should have sent you a screenshot of Brad's face.
Yeah, because Brad's was even. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so good.
Now we know that Brad's going to zombie out, but in the meantime, this dog is busy, and the bus driver is driving the frat boys, and the dog is in the middle of the road. And causes the bus to crash.
It's a horrific crash.
Yeah.
Like the football team crash in Beetlejuice. God, that's nothing on this.
Yeah, it's a good reference. But again, I feel like when did the dog die in the crash? And then
the bus avoided the dog. The bus tipped over, crashed, and then you just see the dog being like, doo, 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 and it just jumps in the bus. In the crash bus. Yes, and then just zombie frat boys start crawling out of this bus.
And now now look what we've done. Yeah. In the meantime, zombie Brad goes and you said rings the doorbell to the frat house to the sorority house with a not very welcoming, but Cindy's going to come down to say hi when they tell her.
It's
They're like,
so
Brad's
fun.
Here. She's like, and she doesn't look at him because he's clearly zombie faced.
Oh,
but she holds his hand.
Nobody looks at him. This girl that
stairs.
answers the door clearly doesn't even look at him. He's got no iris in his eyes are just white, and his head's just cocked to the side.
Cindy holds his hand and is telling him it wasn't not meant to be, and we just grew apart. That is what it is, and so sorry. And he's just slumped over zombie next to her.
Yeah.
And then it is so earlier after the did we say how? Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard that. Did you?
No.
Zombies. So first there was the buddy confession time where the detective and Rusty had the drink together. Now when Rusty has discovered what's really going on because his best friend has passed, he goes back to the detective, and the detective knows what they have to do. They have to go get some weapons.
It's so great because Chris shows up. Rusty shows up at Tom Atkins' place, and he's crying. He's literally crying.
Tom
because
Atkins
his friend Rusty is because his friend died. It's very sweet.
It's very sweet. But Tom Atkins is alone in his house, basically trying to kill himself. He's sitting alone. He's drinking, and before they leave, Rusty shows up crying about what's happened to his friend, and is like, "I need you, and you know what we have to do from here." And before they leave, the detective turns off his oven and everything. So he was trying to. All right.
Don't worry. You know what? He'll have a chance to do that in just a minute or two.
My headphones are dying. Of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and every time you put your hand here, I can't hear you because you're blocking your.
Oh no, my
headphones
are dead? Are dying. They just went the boom boom boom. They probably have maybe 10 minutes.
Then just take them out and use your computer, just talking to your computer.
Do I have to change it all? I have to change. Just have
What? If you put them back in the case, it should understand that you're on your computer.
It understood it. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. So, you were saying that now Tom Atkins kind of knows what they have to do.
Yes.
They have to get a certain kind of weapon.
Which usually requires some kind of paperwork. Says, who's that guy? Because we know
Were you excited? Dick Miller. If he's not getting killed by Arnold as a robot or robots in a mall, I was just like, oh, I hope he makes it through this movie. And I understand that Tom Atkins threatens to shoot him, but I don't think he actually did.
No, he doesn't. No.
So, I think this is the first time we've met Dick Miller where he does survive a movie.
Yeah. But they get the flamethrower. Now they have a shotgun and a flamethrower, two of the most important pieces to fighting these zombies and
of course
releasing the slugs or killing the slugs once they're released. So first, the two of them, Rusty and Detective, stop Cindy from having her little I'm sorry party. They're just like back it up because he's about to
Yeah.
spit
Yes.
a
And
slug at her.
who knows how long they've been talking?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 15 minutes. I have no idea. But yeah, he's about to shoot a slug out of his mouth at her, and they break up this party to then shoot Brad in the head and set him on fire.
Mhm. And now first this upsets everybody, the girls or whatever, but now we turn around, right? Is this when we see the whole like they're like, okay, whew, we did that.
Yeah, this is when Tom Atkins runs inside, and even the girls are like, "Ew, you can't be in here. This isn't."
Oh yeah, we're gonna
cool."
call the cops. He's like, you try
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He's even like, "Please do," because there's some serious stuff happening here. This is a great line. I love this line when Tom Atkins is looking out the window and he goes, "I got good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here." And the one goes, "What's the bad news?" And he says, "They're dead." It's pretty awesome. And then it's just like a big shootout for a while.
Yeah,
Like-
a zombie shootout, if you will.
Like Rusty and Cindy are outside still. So they're shooting and torching. Rusty's in charge of the gun and Cindy's in charge of the flamethrower. And it's a real like, I shoot them in the head and then you burn them and the slugs. And we'll just go one after the other. And Tom Atkins is inside. And the French door girl, she's still having her own movie in a different room. But this time when she finally goes to the doors, it is a zombified frat boy that busts in.
Yeah.
Gets the better of her. And Tom Atkins comes in to save the day, but she's instantly a zombie. People transform into zombies at different times.
At their own paces. At their own.
CJ, he was able to record a bunch of stuff, write a note, put the tape recorder down, head into the basement. Yes. This girl is instantly a zombie. And you were saying earlier, things look bad at this moment for Tom Atkins, but he suddenly looks at the wall and sees a picture of his dead ex-girlfriend because she was part of the sorority.
Yeah.
And it fills him with like rejuvenating rage, where then the camera just follows him as he spins around, firing wildly and killing college kids,
murdering. Just like you said, this rage just inflames him.
Yes.
And he goes bananas. The other two now run into a little issue where, like you said, they're just fighting off left and right. They're just fighting off these frat guys, but they get kind of cornered by them at one point, and
they get like a tool shed,
in like a shed. Like this, he even says, "Nice idea." Like, what a bright idea. But then this is just to, I think, have in the end the lawnmower effect. Is that what this was to get to?
100%. I don't know if he's out of bullets. I don't know why they're hiding in this shed. But she then gets dragged out, and of course he starts a lawnmower and starts running over zombies. Like, it's fun.
That's how we do it.
Why? Because maybe I'm missing this. I've seen this movie several times. I still don't know why this happens. The only reason I can think of this happening is because it was a popular tagline and a popular commercial at the time. Tom Atkins guns down all these zombies and then says, "It's Miller time."
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Like, what?
Was his name Miller?
No, I don't think it was. That would make all the sense in the world.
No, I don't know.
Because he has a catchphrase. It's thrill me. That's it. That's it. That's your catchphrase. It's not, it's Miller time. Right. It has nothing to do with this movie. So all of this happens, and then they notice that all the slugs appear to be retreating into the basement of the sorority house.
Right. What's in the basement?
I don't know.
Just storage, just the old. And then all of a sudden it dawns on her. Oh my God.
Yeah. My one of the sorority girls is keeping 87 pounds of human brains down there. So they decide, they become separated, but Rusty and Cindy decide, okay, we're going to go downstairs and we're going to take care of this. And Tom Atkins is already down there.
Yeah, he's already ready.
He's ahead of them.
Got his mouth taped so that nothing can jump in it. It's smart.
It is very smart. And first, when he
first come down, he's like,
"Whoa!" I'm like, "Who did the slugs do this to you, Tom Atkins? Are you tied to a chair?"
And they're like, "No, they're not." But because he's like, "Oh," they're like, "What guy? What are you going to tell us now?" They're not.
What's happening? He takes the tape off immediately, though, and is like, "Look at that over there." And there's just like a wall of giant slugs.
Because of all the brains.
Because of the brains.
Oh my God.
I love how they're like, what? There's people everywhere. You could take over any of these people, and they're like brains in formaldehyde jars.
So perfect. Because many scenes ago when this girl walks in, you're like, what is this girl doing with jars of brains? Oh, I see. All right. So
when the house does explode, I wanted a girl to be like, my science project.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty funny.
No, and what an explosion, right?
So, it's so great. Yeah.
The detective's ready to just die for this, for the cause, right? He looks at them and is like, you kids better get out of here. There's a whole countdown that happens because he's going to flamethrow and the detective is counting down and Rusty is counting down as they leave and Rusty and them are walking out. And there is a great big explosion that is in the basement, but blows up the entire
house.
Entire house goes up. The fire department's there. Rusty and Cindy find this as a great opportunity to make out, I guess. It just makes them feel sexy when they have the creeps.
Listen, Jamie, we saw people have sex when a killer robot was after them.
That's true.
At least they know that the slugs have been destroyed.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we think we got this. We think that we have our hero, and we think that the two that belong together arc together, and we could just. But the movies, these never end quite like that.
It's funny. I do find it great how Rusty, when the countdown hits 0, he does say something like, "All right, detective, thrill me." And in my dumb brain, I was like, I don't think you were ever around him when he answered a phone. How do you know that?
Same. I was like, you didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know. Do you guys have the same catchphrase? Was this part of the conversation we didn't see when you were talking about your ex-girlfriends? But yeah, house goes up. We think everything's fine. And then we see a charbroiled Tom Atkins walking out, still smoking a cigar.
I mean, that's how you do it.
And he collapses and his head blows up. And a bunch of slugs crawl into the local cemetery. Oh. Awesome.
But then...
I was going to say the movie could have ended there. I would have been fine.
But then we're reminded that this all began with aliens. And we see a spaceship floating above the cemetery.
It's so confusing because it's a spaceship with a spotlight and it's right on a grave. And I'm like, all right, zombie, pop out of the grave. Nope, nothing happens. And it just continues like moving around with a spotlight, looking for something. Wow. And that is Night of the Creeps.
First.
Yes. So Jamie, you know what? I'll start.
Yeah.
I find this movie delightful. Yeah. I really like it. It is something that I personally picked. I thought it would be a fun one for you to watch. It's nothing that's very scary. It's a lot more humorous than some of the movies that I enjoy or that we've even covered on this show before. Like I said, other than perhaps boobs, I think it's a perfect horror movie for kids, which is a weird thing to say.
Kids that are wanting to get into horror. No, I did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I had a lot of fun with it. It was, like I told you in the message, it's layered. Like there's so many different, like you said it's 3 movies in one. It's the black and white movie. It's the, and again, like you said, the 2 performances of the leads that were so poor were really poor, but didn't ruin the movie. So that says a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked it. I'd never seen it, never heard of it. And Yeah, I enjoyed
It's a
it.
fun one. It's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Do you have a recommendation based on this?
I do. I do. I recently, well, within the last year, I watched, I don't know what streaming channel or whatever it was
Hmm.
on. There's a show called Before. It's with Billy Crystal and Judith Light, Angela from
Oh,
yeah, you know
you don't
her.
have to go any. Listen, you say Judith Light. I know who you're talking about.
Rosie Perez.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's so Billy Crystal plays this child psychologist who's recently widowed, and Judith Light was his wife. And he is working with well, actually, the kid seeks him out with this new kid who's got all his own issues. And then like, as you watch the show, you're like, wait a minute, is this all in Billy's head?
Hmm.
His wife committed suicide. And it's like this show in that it's layered, like you're like, what is happening here? Oh, yeah, I forgot he's got the dead wife. Oh, yeah, the kid's got this special power. So, but it really is, Billy Crystal does a great job in it.
Okay.
He does a great job in it. It's nice to see Rosie back. Um, and so, yeah, I would recommend it. Was called Before.
Okay.
Um,
But you don't know what streaming. So anytime you recommend something to me and I'm like, I don't know what that is, you end up saying it's on Apple.
it could
And
very
I'm
well
like,
be on
that's the
Apple.
only, that's like one of
Yeah.
the only ones I just don't have. So I
Yeah,
don't.
let me see. I'll check that for you. You can tell me yours. Tell me yours. Tell me yours.
Mine has nothing to do with zombies or slugs or anything like that. And I always use this time. I would love to use this time to recommend horror movies to people, but I'm not going to do that this time.
Oh,
But
you're
this
not.
is an 80s centric documentary.
Oh, a docu.
Oh my God, Jamie. I know where this is. This is on Netflix. It is 2 parts, a total of 3 hours. That may seem daunting to some people, but it's a documentary on Charlie Sheen.
Oh, is it good?
It's
Watched it.
great. It's so good. It's so good. And not only because of my insane obsession with
you have an
Charlie
obsession,
Sheen, which
yeah.
makes zero sense. Most of it is him telling these stories about his life and stuff like that. But he's extremely honest. Like, he is just taking responsibility for all the horrible things he's done. And that would have been good enough, but it contains a lot of interviews with ex-wives. What's his name? John Cryer from 2.5 Men is on there. It's really good. Like, it paints him in horrible light. And the whole thing is really just like, when it comes down to it, you start to realize that all this is a guy who is continually cycling in and out of like, I'm big, I'm famous, I'm popular, I am successful, I will now self-destruct. And then I will hit rock bottom, I will clean up, and then I'll become popular again, and I'll just do this over and over again. I also know that we're supposed to, of course, hate AI, and it's the worst thing, and nobody should ever use it. What they do for these reenactments are great because they're clearly using reenactment actors.
Do they reenact his drug parties and stuff?
Yes, but they will use, I guess they use AI technology to put his face onto the, it's so good. It looks so good. Like, it looks like him and it looks like Emilio Estevez and stuff like that. Like, it's really fun. Oh, and there's a surprisingly long bit of this movie that is interviews with Sean Penn. And I did not know that they were like good friends and like, yeah, like as kids, they grew up together. I never knew that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, it's good.
I would recommend it.
I wondered if you had it on your watch list, and obviously
I did. I forgot about it for the longest time, but I finally checked it out. It's really good.
Awesome.
All right. So we are still in Horror Town, USA. And next time, Jamie, I gave you a list.
Oh, that's
to
right.
choose
I'm supposed
from.
to tell you.
Well, you're supposed to tell me, but also your message was great, where you were like, I could tell you this evening when we record, or I could just tease it out right now by saying one word, werewolves. And I looked at my list and I went, well, I only sent you one option with werewolves. That's not much of a tease. So we're going to be going from zombies to werewolves, because we're going to be talking about the film The Howling.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, I am excited.
Starring, and I was going to do this because I wanted to do a D. Wallace Sember at some point. So the mom from E.T. is the star of this movie. And it's an early 80s. It's kind of gritty. Like, it's scarier than what we just watched. It's a pretty good one. At least I think so. So we'll find out what you think in just 2 weeks when we talk to everybody again.
With real mics. Sorry about the sound, everybody, but
yeah, there were some
bear with it.
There were some mic issues, and then there were earbud issues.
Yeah.
I always want to say earbuds, Jamie. Every
Yeah,
time I
you
want to
do.
say
Yeah,
earbuds.
you do.
Every time I want to say it, and then I almost have to remind myself that that's a dog that plays basketball, not a thing that you put in your ears. But anyway, we will see you again in 2 weeks, everybody. Until then, have a great 2 weeks.
Goodbye.